Hello, and welcome to the Coach Therapy Podcast. I'm Coach Q, and I am so excited that you decided to tune in today. We're going to take a journey through vulnerability so that we can reach clarity, healing, growth, and success. You're going to learn some things about you, you'll learn some things about me, but most importantly, you will receive tools every episode that will help you to become better every single day. Enjoy Coach Therapy. Hello and welcome to episode number 10. It is episode number 10 of the Coach Therapy Podcast. And I am excited and I feel so good. Man, episode 10. I remember the very first episode 10 weeks ago. And I was talking about getting out of my own way. And during that time, God put it on me to be consistent. And I was like, okay, be consistent. And I'm still on that path of just consistency because there are things in my life that I'm praying for. There's things in my life that I'm working towards that I know I cannot get to without consistency. And so this is a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me to really see that I can continue doing this. I want to do it. But it's so often that we just allow things to get in our way and then we don't get things done. And so here I am 10 weeks in. And in 10 weeks feeling better, feeling stronger, feeling more confident, being able to reach more people. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to me that I'm chosen to do this and chosen to speak into people's lives. And I just am really excited. I was looking at some statistics and it was like the average person that creates a podcast doesn't get past, I think it says 7 episodes. And I was like, ugh, how discouraging is that? And I was like, I'm not going to be a part of this statistic. I'm going to get to 100 episodes plus, right? So here I am, episode 10. 10 consistent and consecutive episodes of the Coach Therapy podcast, and it's helped me tremendously. And so it is my hope and my prayer that as I share and I open up and that as I am vulnerable, that you also start to see improvement in your life, that you're applying some of these tools to your life, that you are seeing yourself in some of my stories that I share, and ultimately that you're getting better. You ain't got to be perfect. I just want you to get better. And that is why I do what I do, not only as in this podcast for Coach Therapy, but just as a certified coach and a public health practitioner. I do what I do to help people become better. And so thank you for riding out this wave with me 10 weeks. And if you're just clicking on the video for the first time, welcome. You can go back and watch some more. You can start from right here and continue with us forward. But just thank you for joining in on the Coach Therapy Podcast. And so, since we're talking about consistency, let's keep that going. Um, Here's my vulnerability. I am on a journey to really get healthy. Okay. I in my life have lost weight, picked it up, lost weight, picked it up. And this time is different because usually when I'm on a journey, I am doing it for something other than me. When I was younger, doing it because I didn't want to be teased or um, just wanted to be accepted or because I didn't think I was beautiful or what have you. And it's so different for me now because I think I'm beautiful today, just how I am. And I love myself today. I just want to be better. It's like I want to be better, I want to feel better, and it's strictly for me. It has nothing to do with approval. It has nothing to do with self-worth. It is simply something that I have decided to do for me. And on this journey, it has required consistency. I have been doing it now. This is my fourth week, and I am down 12 pounds. 12 pounds. And I feel really good about that. I'm so excited. And I see little changes in my body, in my face, right? Um, but one of the things I prayed on this journey was, Lord, allow me to see the change that I'm making, because I could remember once upon a time I lost 70 pounds years ago, and I do mean years ago. And I was 70 pounds lighter, but I couldn't see me. I still saw myself as at those with those 70 pounds on me. So when I would go to the store, I didn't know how to shop. Um, because I was like, I can't wear that, or it just was different. I just didn't see me. And so it's been my prayer, Lord, let me see me. Let me see myself as I change, because I want to not only embrace the change, but I want to enjoy the answered prayers. Right. And so I can see it, I can feel it. I'm very in tune with myself. I'm taking my time, but I'm doing it. And I'm doing it through consistency. Also, this time around, I wanted to do something differently, because in the past, whenever I've started something, I started it because I hated myself, because I hated what I looked like. And in the process of changing, I was beating myself up, like looking at old pictures, like, oh my God, why would you let yourself get like this? You look unattractive. And so often I click on videos of people going through the process, or they have gone through the process, and then they talk so bad on their old self. And what I've learned is, if you didn't love yourself at the beginning, you will not love yourself at the end. If you don't love yourself during, you won't love yourself at the end. The process of me losing weight is also the process of me loving myself through the transition and through the transformation. But it has to start with love, because I not only can be consistent in dieting and consistent in working out, I have to be consistent in how I talk to myself, consistent in how I see myself, consistent in how I treat myself. The process is so necessary. The consistency of the process teaches us our greatest lessons. And so here I am, 10 weeks into a podcast, and it's certain consistencies that I've had to have. And now I'm 4 weeks into a transformational journey, and it's a certain consistency that I have to have. Consistency is what really creates the change. When I look in the mirror and I say, Quinny, you beautiful. Consistency, right? When I talk to myself, I make sure I watch my mouth. What I put in my body, I'm watching what I put in my body. It's the consistency that really creates the change. Consistency is what shifts our mindset. When things happen too fast without the process, we haven't gotten to the rhythm of consistency, and it can be tough to maintain. And so here I am, I'm in a groove, and I'm remaining consistent, because what I realize is that I want to teach myself to fall in love with what it requires to be the woman that I desire to be. I want to fall in love with those things. I don't want everything to feel like a punishment. I don't want to feel like, oh, gotta do this again. But I just want to fall in love with it. Like, I love turning on this camera and talking to you all. I love pouring into your spirit and saying, let me help you. Let me help you to heal. Let me help you to be better. Do I love everything about it? No, I didn't say you have to love everything about it, but the process of becoming, I'm just loving it and I'm embracing it because this is the thing. Wherever you are in your process, and I want to speak to like this thing right here, wherever you are in your process, there's somebody that's in that same space in their process. And it's important that we embrace all of it and that we don't do things out of a place of um self-hate, right? Doing it out of self-hate will impact the way you see yourself throughout the process. Even if it's, I hate my life and I'm going to do this. That may be your reality. You may hate something. I'm not telling you how to feel, and I would never tell you how to feel. But I don't want what you loathe to be your motivation. Find your worth in what you're doing. I deserve to live a healthy life. I deserve to feel good about my body. It is from a place of self worth. And I have had to consistently work on myself because once upon a time, I did not see myself well. I did not see myself appropriately. And everything that I did was for the approval and acceptance of other people, or because something made me sad, or how that made me feel, or because I didn't think I was enough, or because I had been rejected. And so I was pulling all of my motivation from the wrong places. But when you start to pull it from a place of self worth, because I deserve it, because why wouldn't I give myself that? It shifts the way you move. Even in my moments where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like being consistent. It's like, nah, I deserve that. I deserve to take care of me. Who am I to not believe I don't deserve this treatment? This is me treating myself well. Every time I get on this mic, this is me treating myself to purpose. This is purposeful. I deserve to live in my purpose. I deserve to be able to touch the lives that God assigned to me. I deserve that. And so I'm taking my motivation from a place of worth. I'm only get better over time, but I got to pull it from self-worth. Even if you don't see it right now and you don't feel good right now, talk to yourself well, consistently talk to yourself well, consistently speak over yourself, consistently do it with a good spirit. All of that matters because I am not only enjoying the journey, but I have joy in this journey. Let me tell y'all, I went through a season, Lord Jesus, I went through a season of my life where I had no joy whatsoever. I had allowed people to rob me of joy. As a matter of fact, I allowed a person to rob me of my joy. And with my joy, with my self worth, and with my joy and self worth, with positive affirmation over myself, it was just negative self talk. It was depression. I was just down and out. And I said, how did I get here? How the heck did I get to a place of being so unhappy? It was through consistency, consistently allowing somebody to tear me down, consistently accepting less than I deserve, consistently wallowing in my pain. Consistency will always yield results. But what type of results do you want? Because it's really up to you. So if you consistently talk bad on the person that you are shifting and transforming from, you're going to talk bad about yourself once you even get into the change. You got to consistently speak well over your life, consistently. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm at the point now, I watch my mouth. Sometimes I want to say things a certain way. I'm like, I just don't know how. And I'm like, okay, everything is going to work out even if I can't see it today. Like I will shift from saying, I don't know how this is gonna work to everything is gonna work out, even if I don't see it today. Or my body is changing, even if I don't see it right now. Because I know if I'm consistently having good habits, if I'm consistently doing this podcast, change is gonna come and it's gonna be good change. It's gonna be the things that I'm praying for, the things that I envision for myself, but it's coming through consistency. So let me talk to the person that has felt like I felt before. Let me talk to the person you just want to lay in the bed. You ain't really feeling it today. You don't want to do nothing. A lot is going on. Your spirit feel heavy. You can't have too many of them days. I want you to get on up, sweetie. Get up because you deserve it. You deserve to be able to get up, take care of yourself, live better. It's up to you though. It's up to you. Will you consistently wallow in your pain or will you consistently push through it? Will you consistently settle in discomfort or will you consistently pursue better? Will you consistently tell yourself no or will you consistently say yes? It's up to you though. And it may take a while. It may take a while. Listen, I'm 10 podcast episodes in, and there are still times when I look at the numbers and I'm like, ooh, there's people watching. But I keep whispering to myself, be consistent. Be consistent. It's things that are happening that I don't even know, that I can't even see the manifestation of yet. Be consistent, Quinny. More people are getting the chance to experience Coach Q. Be consistent. Be consistent. And it's just like that conversation in my head because this is my season of consistency. I know what it is to be consistent in the opposite direction that I want my life to turn out in. So, what if I am consistent in the direction that I actually want my life to go? It's got to yield good. Matter of fact, let me put a scripture on y'all. All things work together for the good. I know those moments, they feel like, huh, I'm tired. I don't have the energy. This requires too much of me. Yeah, all those things might be true, but be consistent. I told you I am 10 episodes in and I can literally see the growth on me. I'm even about to shift into some things. And I got a couple guests that I'm about to have on here. And I've had people reach out to me and say, Coach, I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to share my truth. And I'm like, okay. But that came from consistency. If I didn't consistently tell my truth for the past 10 weeks, then nobody else is going to be inspired to tell theirs. I've had people call me in tears talking about how episodes helped them. And those were some of the same episodes. I was like, God, 25 people watched this episode. And it was consistency. It still got me to the goal of helping somebody heal. Consistency. I was talking myself out of like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can podcast. It's too many folks doing this. I don't know. And I consistently talked myself out of it for months. And in the minute I was like, all right, let's go. Shift, change. What I really was seeing for myself, I'm doing. I'm usually horrible at social media, like horrible with consistency. But just having these podcasts, I chop up certain clips and I make content. Consistency. So not only am I just putting out podcast content, but I'm also being consistent with social media content, and I'm reaching people at on all different angles. Consistency is getting me to the end goal, and that is to be purposeful, to live a purposeful life. I don't know all that is wrapped up in my purpose. I don't know everything that God has planned for me, but I do know that I want to be purposeful, and I know that it requires my consistency. And so I want to encourage you to be consistent in the direction that you want your life to move in. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let hard days stop you. Be consistent. You got a cheerleader right here, and I'm rooting for you. You watching me. You watching my journey is unfolding right before you. And so I hope that my journey inspires you to say, you know what, be consistent. If you are like, I want to transform my body, let these 12 pounds that I just lost inspire you, sweetie. You might can't see them on me, but I lost them. And I'm going to continue to be consistent. I mean, as I be consistent, we'll look back on these videos, we'll look back on episodes 10 and be like, yo, remember she said she lost 12, she down 50 pounds now. Consistency. And I am not allowing myself to do what I've consistently done in that area, which is through this process, I've learned that I have been an emotional eater. And so when I feel certain things and when I'm dealing with certain things, I will turn to like, you know what, let me just go eat something good and I'll deal with that later. And this process has created such a great awareness for me. And so not only am I transforming my body, I am transforming my emotional health and my emotional well being by creating awareness around my behaviors. Because a lot of times our behaviors lead to our emotional decline. It's the consistency of our behaviors that create realities in our lives that we may or may not want. And so as I create awareness around my behavior, then I create accountability in my behaviors, which ultimately leads to change for me. And through consistency, we change. Through consistency, we become better. We become the very best version of ourselves when we are consistent. And so you got it in you. Requires a little discipline. And it requires you turning down those negative voices in your head. But you can do it. And so if you don't take away anything else from this podcast, is take this away. Consistently work towards the things that you want in your life. And if you come across a behavior that is pulling you further away from where you want to be, create that awareness around it. Become accountable so that you don't continue doing it, and implement the things required to really experience change. You got this. I support you. And we're going to continue rocking this thing out. Happy 10 episode anniversary to the Coach Therapy Podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. Please continue to support Coach Therapy. Continue to share it with others. And until next time, take care of yourself.